Hello. Welcome to Lanmoutarot. This is a general reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the third week of July 2019. Thank you so much, Gemini, for your continued support. Still trying to grow this little community here. Appreciate you. Keep liking, comment, subscribing. If your intuition calls you to do so, we have flippers for you. We have the Two of Pentacles here. But we're not taking those because this time we're actually cutting the cards, a little bit more shuffling. And folks, as you know, as usual, I shuffle off camera. I just do a little bit more shuffling on camera for those of you who like to see it. Okay, and this is the Deviant Moon Tarot, and I'll use the Cosmic Tarot for clarifications this time. All right, here we go. Spirit, what message guidance do you have for our Gemini friends? We have the High Priestess, the Four of Swords, and the Emperor. Wow, very interesting energy for you here, Gemini. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And this has been kind of like a theme for you, Gemini, that work, right? Building that war chest here. Your finances, that's so important to you. But this is like such an interesting this is the I call the Deviant Moon Tarot, right? Every image in this deck has some kind of like a moon depiction on it. And look at how this is almost like industry, right? This is a building. This is like the line of production that we have here. They're producing, they're making all those coins. And it's almost like this is kind of like part of the machine, like those wheels, the wheel sets here, but they're the sun, like basically doing the work. That's where your enlightenment is coming from, in actually in producing, in production, in continuing to do the work. That's look at that. Although it doesn't look so much like a happy sun, does it? But nonetheless, we have a sun image on each one of those wheels here. We have four of them, and we're in Cancer season. The sun is currently in Cancer. We have this is the fourth house, and we have four faces of the sun here, and that little moon that's peeking from the outside. It's to tell us here the feminine energy is not as important during this time for you, Gemini. At least what's facing you, you don't feel like it should be. But what you or perhaps that's what you're concentrating on. It's so far for you, that feminine energy. It seems so far for you in the distance, so far in the sky, outside. And what's overshadowing your life is that masculine energy with the moon. With the sun, those four suns, right? And perhaps for some of you, I just saved the moon by mistake in saying what's overshadowing your life. Perhaps some of you, while you're concentrating on the work is so important, that feminine energy is still what's shadowing yourself. Perhaps that's what is the push behind all this, right? The work is what you're doing right now, is what's most important. Pursuing, building, cultivating, producing, right? Earning. But all this perhaps is to impress that one person. And look at the clock here. It's about to strike midnight. It's less than 5 minutes till midnight on the clock. Your time is almost up. You've been working. By the way, each time I pull up this card to show you at the bottom of the deck, what's looking at me is the Wheel of Fortune. And I just said the time is almost up. There's a sense of timing here. It's quite serious. I pulled the Wheel of Fortune. What's underneath it? It's the Lovers. Your card, Gemini. So you yourself, your time, your life cycle. And by your life cycle, I don't mean like your life. I mean like your time, whatever it is you've been working on. And oh my goodness, I have not noticed that there is a broken heart on that Wheel of Fortune. At the very top of the Wheel of Fortune, there's a broken heart. I think this is the fourth or fifth time, and there's a devil. let me tell you, this is the fourth or fifth time I'm looking at this Wheel of Fortune. I showed up in the reading. I think yours is the sixth reading so far from this third week of July set of reading that I'm doing, and I have not yet noticed that broken heart on the wheel. And what's right above it is the devil energy. But the wheel is turning though. Someone is in shock. It's as if like someone have been dealing with that broken heart for so long. She's sitting in a stool. Look at her hand. The hands are on the cheek like, oh my God. Because someone has come, fate has stepped in to turn in the wheel. It's time for that broken heart to change place. Which way it's going to turn to? I can see what's behind the head, but I can see the hand. The hand is next. It's the hand of protection. And it is the left hand. Is it commitment? Is it marriage? Is it protection? Protection from that devilish energy. Protection from that broken heart. People that have been kept apart. We have a lot of sun here. We have it's about to strike midnight. This is so interesting. I could just sit and stare at this card forever. We haven't even looked at the cards on the table yet for you, Gemini. But here we have the High Priestess. Deep intuition. Very deep intuition. You are really using your intuition during this time. You're stepping into your feminine energy. Even if it's you're a male Gemini, you're really paying attention to those visions, to those thoughts, to those dreams that you're having right now. Okay, because I feel like for some of you there's a lot of downloads that are coming through. There's a lot of messages from spirit, and for some of you, you may be dreaming of your ancestors during this time as well. Okay, and for the first time, you're really paying attention to what does that mean to you, for you in your life, and how can you apply those lessons in your life. And we have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is the card of it's time to take a break. It's time to take a break. It's time to rest, to meditate. Especially if you've been dealing with sadness. And yes, some of you were dealing with sadness because this card needed to be seen. This is supposed to be a 3-card reading with the bottom of the card, but it showed itself. Okay? Because that Wheel of Fortune, because when I was talking about the clock, as soon as I'm putting this down, what's facing me is the Wheel of Fortune. And for the first time, I noticed that broken heart. So that sadness, that heartbreak with the 3 of Swords have been put to rest. Because that wheel is turning. She's turning the wheel. And you and other people around you are going to be shocked by the development happening. They don't see it coming. But this is happening because you've been able to quiet your mind, perhaps for the first time in a long time, to really listen to your deep intuition, to really listen to what exactly do you want, what exactly is important to you, what exactly is in alignment to a higher self. Is it work? Yes, you will get the blessings from the work, but look at it. Is it gonna make you happy? No. Look at her. Look at the face on the sun. This is a not happy sun. This sun is like, okay, I guess if you go left, they're gonna go there, but you may not be welcomed. Yes, you're gonna get the money from all the work, but can you enjoy it? No. This is the sun that you get the rewards, but will you be able to enjoy it? Will these rewards make you happy? It doesn't seem like it here. And I feel like you're coming to an understanding of this because you realize you need to balance things out. There needs to be a balance here. Okay? And the 4 of Swords is the card of Jupiter in Libra. And Libra is all about balance. It's all about finding like justice and fairness in situation. And Jupiter is the planet of the gods, of wisdom. So you're all coming into a higher wisdom, a higher level of awareness about what is just. What is just? What is fair? Especially in dealing with your finances and you're following your intuition. You're using your mind and your intuition, your intellect and your intuition, and coming to that level of understanding, that new level of understanding. And let's look at the High Priestess card again. The floor is checkered floor, black and white. Her face is also shows the light and dark side, balancing out the energies, right? Balancing out the shadow self and the light self. And I feel for some of you, Gemini, you've been trying not to deal with that for a long time. And it's as if it's all coming into a head for you. It's all coming to a head for you. It's like you've been sweeping it under the carpet, like deep inside you knew, but it has not manifested into your intellect yet, into your mind yet, into your conscious mind yet. So now during that moment, you're taking a break, you're resting your mind, you really contemplating, you really musing over these new ideas, this new level of understanding, this new wisdom that you're coming into. And we have 2 4s here, and we are in the 4th house season, which is the Cancer season. The sun is still in Cancer. So again, for a lot of you, it's really dealing with your matter of the home, right? Like all of this right here, it's how is it affecting your home? How is it affecting your sense of nurturing? What is the home you would like to create? We have the High Priestess and the Emperor with this checkered floor. Are you standing on balanced ground? What's underneath his feet? Look, he's conquered the devil. The Emperor is like ultimate alpha, right? And for some of you, Gemini, I feel like you may really has been in your ego, because the Emperor can be very egotistical when he's in his negative energy. So to have this evil being struck down here by the Emperor under one of his foot and on that checkered floor, that's telling me in finding his balance, in understanding and that he needs to create balance in his life, in coming to that new level of wisdom, in balancing that light and dark side, in finding perhaps some of you, because we have that 8 of Pentacles, it's just about like work, in finding that balance between work and life, and continuing to produce to earn, and finding that balance between work and home. You had to literally struck down your ego. You had to literally take away some of the bad habits, some of those devilish, because that's the devil energy here, devilish energy, devilish habits that you've had in the past, to really become a fair emperor that stands tall in his throne and that can govern fairly for the benefit of all involved. And it's so interesting. I just spotted here. Look at the hair to here. That looks exactly like those 2 wiggly signs for Libra, doesn't it? Fairness, justice. That's what you're dealing with right now. And for some of you, you may be dealing with an Aries, or someone with Aries and Taurus in their sign. This is the Aries card, okay? And if you've been relating to each other in a negative way, that's maybe coming to an end too, okay? And I still have not taken any clarification cards for you. Let's see here what additional messages we can get. Spirit, can you give some clarification on the High Priestess for Gemini? Clarification on the High Priestess for Gemini. I feel like it's very clear. I'm not sure if you're getting it, Gemini, the message so far. Because seriously, I don't even feel like any clarification. But I know some of you, wow, look at this, the Tower. I know some of you may need like a little bit more. I don't like to go into greater detail because this is a general reading. Each of your situation may differ, right? For some of you, this may be strictly work. For some of you, may be between work and home situation. For some of you, it may be a relationship, or you're relating to a relationship. So when you hear those messages, you have to apply it to your life. If you happen to be a Gemini with your moon in Libra, you know this has even greater significance for you with that Four of Swords here. It's not just about finding your mental stability or just your calm, right? So you have to look at this reading and being able to interpret them and apply it to your life. The Tower here is Scorpion energy, perhaps even Aries energy. Sudden changes. And this change, it may seem sudden on the outside, but for a lot of you, I feel like you had intuitive knowing about this change. You've been receiving messages, downloads about this, and this is not a foundation that needs to break, because I feel like there's nothing wrong with the foundation in this Tower card. It's all-seeing eye saying like these negative things that have been happening, the way you've been relating to that person or to this situation, it's no longer work. We're going to destroy that part of the building, but we're not seeing the foundation. The foundation seems intact here. As a matter of fact, most of the building seems intact here. Okay? These are the things, those aspects of your life that are not serving you well, that the universe is stepping in to correct on your behalf. And this is happening quick. This is not like perhaps it will be next month, like, time is fluid. Yes, we know time is fluid. But I feel like this has been coming. And I feel like this is coming to a head for you during this time, during this full moon time. Oh, we have two flippers. Here we have Three of Pentacles. Yes, for some of you, it's clearly about building a home with somebody, okay? Because this is going to the Four of Swords here. But literally they're building the building here. They're building the building, setting the foundation here. Whatever was struck needs to be rebuilt. This is a part of partnership as well. A new way of doing things, actually, materially, tangibly, working together. Not just for your own betterment, not just for your own good, for the betterment of the community, for the betterment of the household, for the betterment of the partnership. You're really coming to a new level of understanding here about that whole thing with partnership and working together and fairness. Eight of Wands. Fast-moving energy. Fast-moving energy. This is travel. This is communication. And some of you, it's going to feel like you're straining yourself to get this out. Some of you, you're going to feel like you have to become a gymnast. You're really going to have to push yourself to the limit to achieve this change. Once that tower strikes down, what was can no longer be. You will have to build together. You will have to come in partnership. You will have to learn to work together with another. And you're going to do it. And yes, it may be hard on you, but you will do it. You may have to travel. You may have to leave behind things that you knew. You may feel like you're going against yourself. Because look at all the ones are going in one direction. Sorry, Gemini, a call came through. I was saying all the ones are going in one direction and he's training himself to go in the opposite direction. So some of you will feel like this is so like you're going against the grain here. Perhaps it's against what's expected of you. Perhaps it's against what everyone else is doing. We have to aid here. Perhaps it's against like that work. You have to travel away from that. You have to move away from that. And it's going to take a lot out of you to do that. It's not going to be, it's not something that comes naturally to you. Or it's very difficult. The Princess of Cups under the Emperor. So I feel here, some of you, especially if it's a love situation you're dealing with, in this matter of partnership, where there's like something was not working out. There was some negative things that needed to be destroyed to start anew, and it's like the universe stepping in. So you guys, and you had to come to really meditate, to think of it, to really understand it, to find your rest and your mental stability, to really see the errors of your ways. And it seems like if this was that a love situation, some of you may be dealing with a younger energy. Perhaps you're dealing with someone who's just about all the love, right? They're just about the love, right? The cup of love they're looking, they're nurturing it. It's just like they have love in their eyes, love in their soul, love in their hair, just love. She's a princess, youthful energy. She believes in love. She has not been hurt so much or jaded so much to not embrace the loving energy. And it seems like it's someone that's younger, perhaps even much younger than you, because the Emperor is usually like an older, more mature man. Okay? And some clarification on the Emperor spirit. Clarification on the Emperor for Gemini. And for some of you, it just may be, if it's not a love situation, it may be that you coming to a point where you really coming out of your ego, and yes, you're taking your responsibilities like seriously, but you're also embracing the softer side of yourself. You realize you don't have to be this hardliner about everything, that you can also harness the energy, the softness of the feminine energy that resides in you. You need to use a little bit of that. Oh, okay. The Two of Wands. This is one of my least favorite Two of Wands, I'm not gonna lie. Because I like the Two of Wands are associated with action. Right? Ace of Wands, affirmate. Two of Wands, actions. Choose a path. At least to make a choice. Here, standing in between those two wands, which choice was made? Which path was chosen? So what I'm getting here, Gemini, during this time, yes, you understand you need to come into partnership with somebody. Yes, you know it's going to take so much out of you. So much out of you to do it. You may have to travel. You may have to leave behind what you feel like you've been working towards. Communication may be not going the right way. You may be like communicating, saying one thing, it's going the other way. Someone is understanding the other way. There's like a mismatch in communication. And it's as if you are standing here not wanting to make a choice. You know there's a princess, there's someone, a lovely somebody that's waiting. She's just waiting, resting her chin on her hands. She is waiting with that cup. Almost like waiting for you to come and get that cup. It's as if like the offer was already made. The cup is here. And she's just looking at you, communicating with the eyes, saying like, are you going to take that cup? Are you coming to get that cup? You know the cup is yours. We got cut off again, Gemini, but here we go. And for some of you here, we're having, this is the 6th reading, and this is the first time, and 2 disruption during your reading. So it seems like there was a lot of disruption during this relationship. It seems like it was a relationship that had a lot of on and off, okay? And it seems like you're still standing here, not yet ready to make a choice, not yet ready to choose to just choose that one, to make that princess your one. And at the bottom we have the Emperor again. So clearly some of you are dealing with an Aries energy, with an Aries here, and this is like a real mature Emperor. Look at what's in front of him though. He's ready to rule. I feel like even if during this week you're not ready to choose, or perhaps some of you, it's just like you're in planning phase, okay? Because the Two of Wands sometimes depicts planning. You're just planning. You're planning things out. And perhaps your princess knows, perhaps she doesn't know. You're just making plans for the future. Because here you did quash the devilish energy. So that's progress. That's action. So you know you have to come out of your ego here. And for some of you, it's just like you're not ready yet to choose the path forward. And for some of you, still in the planning phase. Okay? Romantic feelings is at the bottom of the deck for you. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And we have get to know each other. Get to know each other. Yes, there's a real sense here that you are not doing the work. As you reveal your inner most selves to each other, your bond deepens. So it seems like there's gonna be some really deep conversation, some quality time spent together that's really gonna bring the two of you together as you even closer together, as you get to know each other better, and perhaps as you work together to really, because we have communication here with that 8 of Wands, and I feel like it's very difficult for you to communicate for some reason, Gemini. You're the planet, you ruled by Mercury. It shouldn't be that hard. But with the way that Eight of Wands is going, he's going against those ones here. It's almost like it's the communication is coming from afar, and it's difficult to get there, to hit. It's like you're going, I don't know. There's a sense of real strain there. Okay? But it's necessary, and I think you're going to do it. But I feel like it's coming at great strain. And that's the path forward here, getting to know each other better. At the bottom of the deck, we have Joan of Arc. Voice of truth. Stand strong. Focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Truth, truth, truth. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Even if your truth is against popular notions, perhaps there are people in your life that feel differently than you, that doesn't think you should be going and expressing love to that person, that you shouldn't be building with that person, but you've come into a new set of understanding here, and you know your own truth. And if it's going to take a lot out of you to speak against those people, to go against popular belief, right? Perhaps some of you are even against your family, with great passion and great effort, you're going to do it. Holy Amethyst is the card that actually came out for you. Purple, purple, purple. Crown chakra energy. And she has a beautiful heart encrusted in that jewel there. Divine alchemy. Move beyond current challenges and focus on what you desire. Yes. And I think you will. Move beyond current challenges. Even if you have to get against the way the ones are going, you're going to move beyond that. You have to strain your whole body, your whole self. You're going to do that because you know what you want. You know this is your person, and you want to communicate. You're going to work towards what you desire. And here you still stand tall at the end of it. That's what you're facing. You're still the emperor. An abundant leadership role. So much opulence here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 4 here on the table for you. Is it 4, 4? Well, 3, 4 is here on the table for you. I'm Gemini. During this Cancer season, this is the time all of this is going to be working out. It's going to be manifesting for you. You are in your power. You're feeling very powerful during this time. And you're not coming from an ego place. You're crushing the ego. You're putting that behind you. And it seems like there are people there is something that you're willing to fight for. You're willing to put your reputation on the line. You're willing to go against the grain for. And the universe is really stepping in there to really push you, give you that push to make that happen. And it's going to bring you great abundance. It's going to make you even more powerful than you were before, okay? And I'm sending you so much love during this time. Thank you so much for your continued support. Come back again next week for the next set of reading. And like, comment, subscribe. If your intuition calls you to do so. As always, remember, love is the only answer. Bye.